Hey everyone, not Anthony Fantano here, and this is not the Anthony Fantano Show, but instead I'm James Jump from Tape Deck Reviews on my new show, Album Review. I'm going to bring on some great albums, bring on some of my favourite songs, give a bit of an in-depth review on them, chat my mind about them, chat my piece. And today's album is Zenith, the album Tempest. Clocks in around 52 minutes, 59 seconds. So it's a proper chunky album, a lot to go here. We've got 10 songs in the set list. It's everything you want from a rock band. It's zesty, it's got punk, it's got flair, and it kicks shit. Originally the album was released in 2018, but the band didn't like it as much, so they decided to remaster it for 2020. And they're playing on bits of the original album, what I can tell they've made steady improvements on. They've challenged what was good about it and made it better. The guitar work's improved, drum work, it's polished. The first album on the track was Run at Midnight. It had that spunky flay, it seems like a Motley Crue song, great guitar work on it. It's really reminiscing that early rock stage, what you want to go back to. I really enjoyed the drums on it. It was ding ding, the flair of the guitar. It was perfect for pacing wise. I feel like if you want to get into the band, I really recommend this song. It's like sort of like an entry level what you'd listen to. It's fun, it's got a nice vintage sound to it, and I would really recommend that. Now, Royalty is a really unique song for me because it's unique. It's a lot more heavy with the guitar. It feels a lot more like a metal song than a rock song. I did like some of the aspects in it with the drums being more loud, the guitar bleeding over it. It was definitely more of an acquired taste for the song. The bridge in it was really nice to see. I really liked how the bridge worked. Once again, you did see some more of a guitar bleed. It was fun. It was easy. I'm trying to think what I'd give it personally, because I'm gonna rate the songs separately and then give one big review. It's a 4-star song, definitely. It's definitely up in the higher tier for songs here. Now, a big problem with most indie bands, rock bands, any band, they lack diversity and it's not unique. And I mean diversity with how to do their songs. Like, you could have a rock band, they're really good, and they just play the exact same song over and over again. I call it the AC/DC effect, but it's very different with Zenith. A big reason why it's different is because of Cream Soda. Cream Soda took a lot of influence from like the blues jazz era, which I saw. It felt more like a slow, like in the beginning it had like this slow paced out guitar, like taking influence from the blues era. But around this song you'll start to notice the band likes to trick you a lot. Start slow. Oh, it'll jump into this, it jumps, the chords progress into something else. It creates this different sound, this more unique sound, and it's amazing how it comes out across. I'd love to see how Cream Soda is performed live, because that could turn that 4-star song into a 10? No, 10 stars, yeah, it gets 10 stars now. It can turn the 4 stars into a 10 stars in an instant, because live presence is key. Like, with a band like Zenith, they're great to listen to, but they're made to be played live. Like, this massive rock spectacular. Just mosh around for a bit. That's what bands like these are made for. This is where the fun begins. Slaves to the World, Part 1. I'm a stickler for when guitars open up with acoustic, because it isolates what you think's going to happen. So it's got this playing off acoustic, which start in a bit of a noise drawing out, and we really see what the lead singer's voice is like this time. But I feel like the voice, and this is where it proper goes through. It's smooth, but yet gravelly, and it's great. It's showing what the band's got, and then later it just kicks into more guitar play. And don't forget, it's Part 1. Another thing about that song is, halfway through you just get 10 on your head. It's a clusterfuck of like shrieks of sound every second. I feel like I love it when you manage to turn one thing into another, and this band really strives in doing that, but it doesn't feel like a useless gimmick, like, because it can definitely seem gimmicky at times. With this band, it does not feel like a gimmick. If I had to rate the song personally, I would definitely give it around 5 stars. It's definitely a 5-star song. It's something what you'll want to be played loud. It's something what you would want to see live, so I definitely recommend that song. The 5th song, it's fun. I don't really have much to say about the song. It was fun, it was fast paced, it brought something new to the table, once again a bit of a rock metal hybrid. Because there's so much in there what just makes you want to get up and dance, like get up and mosh, like, and that's what I think is great about this band. There's so many opportunities for them to be like, just get up and do shit. Right, that's halfway through the set list, so I now have 3 tips for you. Number 1, like the video, maybe subscribe to me if I'm cool enough. 2, I want you to check out Zenith on Instagram or their socials. Check out the Tempest album, I'll put a link in the description for that. And 3, check out me, just Tape Deck Reviews on Instagram here. Send me an email if you're a podcast, if you want to come on my podcast, if you're want an interview, want to review your band, want to chat. I'm always down. I'm always down for more networking opportunities. Let's get back to it. Now, this song, it's big. It's 7 minutes, but it's the third largest on the track. So you're in for a treat here of like how the songs work and the good thing about the 3 tracks here, it's not just filled with useless garbage. I feel like with a band like Red Zenith and other rock bands, it's almost like a staple for if a song's longer than 6 minutes, you've got to have a 1 or 2 minute opening where it's either just a lone guitar and doon doon, or it's like a lone drum or an ambient sound. It's seen in Slade with Run Run Away, the 7 minute version. It goes do 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 do. It's with that. AC/DC's a big culprit of it. I'm always going to be a stickler for that. That's always going to be one of my favourite things. Because it's something different in the song, and then it just jumps into this beat. And that's no different than for Reapers. So the song comes on, and you get like this psychedelic guitar playing, something like reminiscent of a Jimi Hendrix song. And it was so hypnotising in a way to listen to. Like, close your eyes and you listen to it. It was a fun listen. It wasn't like pretentious enough. It wasn't pretentious, I mean. And it felt like a stunt AC/DC would do, and I feel like that's a very, very cool comparison. That song definitely steals the show for guitar work. I feel like the guitar playing in that was fast, it was fun, it had times it was slowed down. It showed variety, it had everything you'd want, and the riff, it was brilliant, I loved it. But for Reapers, I would definitely give that a 5 stars. Same time tomorrow, it starts with that cliche palm strum. Everyone loves a palm strum in the beginning. But I'm conflicted on this song. Because the first half, there's nothing to me. It almost feels like they were running out of ideas for the song. Personally, the beginning I didn't like it as much. But then the second half hit, and it kept it fresh. Luckily, it managed to keep the song fresh enough to, bring it back, bring some life back in the song. So I'm glad it was saved in the end. It was a bit like a saving grace. I give that song 3.5 stars. And when your worst song is still pretty good, you've done a good album. That's good. I feel like in time to come, they're gonna Red Zenith will look back on the album and realise that was pretty good. They're gonna look like, I feel like Red Zenith, they have an album here what they should be proud of. Midas was a massive chunky 8 minutes, but it was chunky for the right reasons. It had some guitar play, it was stripped back, it was casual. And at the end we had synths. And I feel like we need more synths in the world, we need more synths. Come on, bring back 80s synth pop. This is not an 80s synth pop album. I would not go in this expecting an 80s synth pop album. But it's got some laid back synth with some guitar work, some good drum work in the background. I feel like it was just a fun song to do. I feel like every album's got that song with that was so fun to create. I'm so glad we did that. And that was this song. Personally, once again, it's a 5-star song, like most of the songs. So the album's title song, Tempest. It's usually when someone does an album and they put the album name on the song, that's usually the first song I listen to. So Tempest was the first song I went in with, and it just felt like something you'd hear in an RPG boss battle type of thing. It was fast paced. It had everything in there. It was something what was so magical to hear. It was fun. And when a song is fun, you can ignore everything technical. You can ignore all the drums, the backbeats, the composition, the bridges. You can ignore everything when a song is fun, because that song is fun and it was great. And so I'm really glad I had that from one of my first songs. And I feel like that or the first song on the set list should be the ones you'll want to listen to first, because they really do reflect from what the band has. And they have a lot. Okay, the final song, The Blinding Melody, Part 2. Remember I said before, there was Part 1, and I loved it with the stripped back guitar play. Time for Part 2. If I had to describe the song in one word, it would be Armageddon. It's different. It's 8 minutes 9 seconds, largest on the track. It's mainly just guitar play, it's mainly just the drums. It's like the grand finale of playing everything they've got. It's like something you'd hear at a Doom. It's just like they've went out there, and it's last song, making a bang. And the game Part 2, one of my favourite tracks. I did like the female vocals in the beginning. It was new, but it was refreshing, and it was nice to hear something else. And every part of that song, it was like a symphony of carnage. It was brilliant. That song, what I feel like everyone should hear as well. So I feel like the top 3 songs, I've mentioned them to you before. and this one should be something you should listen to, because it's definitely got something there, and it's definitely got something what you should all try. And once again, 5 stars. Now, that was the album. I've said I like the songs, but are you wondering, is it certified Kino? If you don't know what Kino means, it's the German word for cinema, but I like to use the word Kino to describe anything that's good. Is the album Kino? Yes. Critical standard, a standard I like it, and I feel like an audience standard. It is Kino to hell. I would highly recommend downloading the album or buying it on a Bandlink if they have that, because it's definitely something to be looked at. I'm still trying to find a copy of the original one, because I really want to compare the original, and I want to see if it's detrimentally terrible that it makes the good one, like the 2021, really good, or if it's just a bit like shitty recorded. Because that's usually why people remaster, because of recording issues with mixing and shit. But yeah, I really enjoyed the album. Anyway, that's today's recording done. If you want to join me next time, I will be storming the Pentagon and storming Downing Street. Anyway, I've been Tape Deck Reviews. See you in a bit.